All right, good morning. It's a beautiful morning in wherever I am. We left off with the shop GUI in this turn-based role-playing game series, and I was trying to figure out this pop-up, and I was running into issues with my menu cursor because it's not picking up focus within the shop order pop-up. And so right now, what I want to do is figure out why. From what I can tell, the pop-up is clearly a separate viewport. And so I'm guessing when I call get viewport, if we look at that, and basically what I want to do right now is just work through this problem and solve it in real time. I haven't done any research outside of the video recording here, so you'll kind of get like a very real insight into how to work through a problem like this. So right now, like I know it's a separate viewport, and so when I call get viewport, it's not working. La 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 la. So if we click on viewport, returns the node's closest viewport ancestor if the node is inside the tree. Closest viewport ancestor. Now, logically, if we put that menu cursor in here, shouldn't that be the viewport? But then we see window. That gets the root node. I want to look at both of these. So there's just so many different parameters or properties they call them. It's kind of overwhelming here. I will say though that these would probably work better for my menu system, but at the same time, it's kind of there's so much like added behavior, and my initial reaction is that the problem with something like this is that you have all this extra behavior, which seems nice, right? Because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reprogram that. Like I kind of already did with my menu system. But so much of it is in a black box. I don't understand how it works. On top of that, I have to relearn a whole new system, right? Because it's based on however they designed it, however they thought a window and a viewport should behave, which is kind of what I was already doing with my menus. So I don't think this is as useful to make this a pop-up. I think instead it's just going to be a panel container, and I'm gonna, just to be safe, I'm gonna disable the signals here, and then we're gonna see what happens when I change this to a panel container. So right away we see it resizes to the top left. It actually looks pretty good. I know panel container does not need a margin container. Then we have a separate menu cursor. I'm not sure why we have all this extra space. Let's see what's going on there. Did I give this like a minimum? I feel like something in here has a minimum. So long story short, what I intend to do, let's just see if I can fix this real quick. I just have to make this smaller, and then, okay. So now we don't need that menu cursor because this will work just fine within my existing menu cursor code. We also, I don't think we want item, this actually to be an item button. We just want it to be a label. So let's modify this a bit. There's going to be a VBox. And so the menu is going to be in the VBox. Delete the item button. And then at the top of the VBox, we're going to put a label. And this will be called item name. And so that, now when we focus on the menu, it'll just be these two buttons. And they're actually not going to function as typical buttons. We're going to add some extra behavior to them. Looking at this, I wonder if the shop order pop-up, so now it's a panel container. I think it's actually going to be a menu. We're going to give that menu script to the, that, or maybe not. See, because I could do that and then extend menu. Let's see, so let's put buttons, that's fine. And then get rid of that menu there. Give this to there. Hide on focus exit, we do want, that's fine. And then we're going to have to update these, so we have quantity and cost. And yeah. And then this is going to be a menu extension. We don't have that, but we do have item name now. So this is going to be item name. We're not popping up. And then we are the menu, so we just call that on ourselves. We're not manually doing that anymore. And that looks about right. So another way of looking at it, what I'm doing with these menus is that, I'm making my own pop-ups essentially. We could probably rename this like, actually no, I'm just going to call it a pop-up. Maybe that's shop order menu. How about that? Or do I put my menus? No, we'll do that. All right, so I want to save that, and then I want to do some renaming. Shop order, so that it's consistent. Same down here. Okay. So we're gonna have to update the code in the shop. It's fine. It should still be centered. Let's see. No. Just do that. I might have to change the panel type we use on that. It's okay for now. So the shop, this is going to be, let's just delete this, redrag this in. Are we using it anywhere here? We have a start. Let's look at that. Send through the item. I think that's fine. Yeah. So let's take a look at what happens when we run the game and we open up the shop, and we'll see if that pop-up works. All right, panel container menu, non-existent function starts. Let's take a look at that. It definitely has it, but it looks like we might have the wrong script there. Huh. Non-existent function. That looks fine. So this... Oh. First off, why didn't this rename? Let's reopen this. Yeah, this never we didn't give it the right script. So we're going to save that. That should update right in the shop if we hover over that script. Yep. Let's try that again. Buttons container not set. I have to update it because I just updated the script. That's no problem. Also, if you're new to the series, keep in mind that this shopkeeper right in the front is just for quick testing. Okay, item on base type. It's because it's not an item button now, so now we're doing this. Before we were using it as a button. We don't actually want that, it's just want it to be a label. It's kind of like a deconstructed item button. So that looks good, except the menu cursor is drawing beneath the menu, so we just reorder that. See what that looks like in full screen. The offset is off. I'm not sure why that is. Like we close out. Yeah, that's the benefit. If we were using a pop-up, it goes back to the last focus thing automatically. So in a way, I would love to figure out those pop-ups, but I just don't really feel like that right now. And like I said, there's so much behavior in it that I don't like. So we can just handle that manually. So in the shop, if we close out of the shop order menu, we want to make sure that we grab focus on the inventory menu. Another way I've handled this before is that I keep an array of the menu tree that I'm in, and then I just go back every time we close out the last menu. But it doesn't work for everything, so yeah. So now that looks good. I'm not sure why our menu cursor is drawing too high now. That's a new issue. Menu cursor, let's see. That's weird. Oh, menu cursor. I don't think that changed anything. Looks like there are some changes, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like drag in a new one. Maybe that'll fix it. Maybe not. It's not my biggest concern right now. We could also check it. See how it's centered? Maybe it's not. Okay. We can fix that later. So the idea is that we'll be able to use left and right. Oh, cost shouldn't be a button as well. So really it's just quantity. I wasn't really thinking that through. I think I was getting a bit tired yesterday. So cost, I'm going to change this to a label. Nothing should really change. We do have to change the, like when quantity changes, the cost should be a multiple of that. So for now, quantity. something like that. We're going to store the item. Try that. My.text is 1. Quantity equals string quantity. It's like anytime we start, we want to reset quantity. Then we update our labels and want to focus on quantity. So this isn't really much of a menu. Same name as previously declared. Oh, yeah. Just do that. And so when I'm on this button, when I press left or right, we want to change the quantity. Key left, key right. I have a local function. It's going to be change quantity. Sure. It's going to be current quantity. Vector equals clamp I. It's going to be current quantity plus dir min 0 max will be item.quantity. And then we want to update that label. Which I think we're actually just going to do up here. So we can get rid of that. So anytime we're setting current quantity, we're going to update the text. And left to right, we're going to do change quantity -1. Return get viewport set input as handled. And okay. Probably need max quantity. So for now, let's just try this. Our items are getting a fair bit more complex. Good child. Well, that's why. This needs to now go out. Assignment of property or key text, type string on base objects. Oh, because we moved cost out of the buttons. Okay. We'll get there eventually. Alright, so the quantity is going up. We also need to update cost. Also should be a minimum of 1. So we don't have to set this anymore there. Just gonna save and it should update. So now we can go all the way up to 99. Yep. When we press enter, we want to go to the player inventories and pick who's going to get that. Although I just remembered, this really only makes sense for a game where we're doing a global inventory. Like Final Fantasy instead of Dragon Quest where it's separate. Global certainly is easier. Less work. Let's do this. Quantity. Item script. I don't know why we're not getting the other things for it. Oh, here we are. Quantity, and we need max quantity. So by default, it'll be 1. Now, if we look at our items, go to healing herb and set that to 5, maybe. Stackable will get deleted because it's implied if we have, a greater quantity. If quantity max is greater than 1, then yeah, it's stackable. So we don't need stackable anymore. I'm going to just see if, I'm trying to search through my code. We are using it here. This check is going to be if excuse me. Add item by name. So we're getting the existing item, right? No, that's okay. This check's actually going to be an if item not. And then we want to do and this is going to get changed to that should work. Later on, we'll worry about, not reaching the max stack. Or we could do it here. Let's try making it like this. We're going to return the leftover. So it's going to be plus equals. Oh, you know what? I think we use mod. Quantity max? No. So we're taking the quantity. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we really want to do all that. Do we? Let's just do it in the inventory. I don't know. It's not updating. No, that's recursive. We want to do. It's maybe a little goofy. But it should work. I'm going to find some arrow sprites, so I'm going to hide the screen real quick while I go through my files. Could just make a new one. Let's see. That looks good. I think. Let's rock that. Take a look, yeah. Gonna bring the screen back. So, I have this arrow blinking. I'm actually gonna move that to utility and get it into my art. And we will get to the shop order menu, add some sprites. Show you why in a second. So with sprites, we can do animation. We do enabled, I think, and that's whatever. Be 5x7 down here. Oh no, sorry, you don't want to do that. You want to do H-frames too. Then we can just animate this on a timer. Actually, it's kind of silly. Let's just use an animated sprite. So you get something like that. And it'll be called arrow blinking. We're actually going to save this as a scene in utility. Let's post arrow blinking. No, we'll just throw it in the main. And I don't think we need that sprite frame saved. But the idea is that we will go onto there, which we kind of need. That's okay. I was going to say we could use something to place that, but I'll probably just do this. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to drag it down. And we're going to rotate it. I kind of want these to be just a little bit further out. There you have it. Let's go ahead and stop these, I think. Make sure they're on the same frame. And we're going to give this a script. Think. Be nice if there was a way just to make sure it was playing on start. Auto start. There we go. So we can do that. Then up here, we can take it a step further. Get references to these. I'm fine with those. I don't like those names. Let's do them right. So left. Maybe we do give these guys scripts. Down here. Something like that. Now we have that. We go back here. The left arrow, clicking left, dot enable. I don't know why that's not showing up. Oh, because these didn't have the script at the time. Enable is going to equal one. Arrow blinking, right dot enable current quantity less than, I'm gonna get quantity max here. Save that. We don't have those in the scene because the game was already loaded, so I have to reload. And so they're there, but they're drawing really weirdly. I think I have these out of order. Yeah. They're also just drawing weird. Let's see what's going on there. Maybe we don't need the menu cursor on that. It looks like the left one isn't playing. Because I didn't do it on the scene one. Okay. Doesn't explain the cropping that's happening. I don't know. They're just drawing weird. The left one looks okay. What I can see of it. Well, if we don't want the arrow, the menu cursor, we could. We don't really need the the need it to be a menu, but maybe let's do this. So I can look down the bottom left. I'm going to move these both 18 pixels out. It's kind of silly, but I'm just trying to give that menu cursor room to draw. While also keeping these balanced. Yeah, I have no idea why these are drawing so weird. That is so strange. it centered? It is the centered. It doesn't want to be centered. Want to control, I guess. Okay. Let's go ahead and save that. We have to update these. Just looks like crap. Because what I could do is have a confirm button, or you could just press enter or escape. If I want separate inventories, maybe I should look at games with separate inventories. That's annoying. So that bumped it out. We have to update the spacing there. We can just try that. Alternatively, in which case this should be actually an H box, although it's not going to work with those, will it? We can try it. So if I put that in there, does that modify it? Go back to how we had it. So we can enter the max quantity there and then just kind of manually space it. That should have the same effect. But improved, holy crap. A lot of YouTube notifications. Forgot I was uploading videos. Yeah, I mean, I think that works. These a little bit closer, maybe. Yeah. Probably want to give them some shading too. So we can cancel, and it resets. Good. Oops. Okay. So that's coming together. Let's get rid of that. The item, I'm tired of looking at those item names that aren't formatted, so we can probably do it in here. So I want to manually enter in the item name. Yes. Go to our item script. And get rid of this. And we're actually just going to do I can get rid of that. So I can just use a setter for that. So set keys the names. Do that, that's fine. We want to get rid of that. Now each item we will manually type the name. It's a little more work, but it gives us more control. Things like punctuation. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Much nicer. Okay. Let's just reload so I can see it with it in game. Get a feel for it. Don't like that. I think what I want to do is just add that to it. Let's get rid of that header. Go to this and save that, exit out, go back. Yeah. Cool. And then here, I do want this to be check. If I back out, it should stop at 5. Beautiful. I think most items are not going to have more than a single digit in quantity. So knowing that, we can just do 0. So maybe a few items you'll be able to stack to like 5. Otherwise, yeah. Additionally, what I want to do is if current quantity, no, I'm sorry. If, I don't know quantity, no. If quantity max is less than, is greater than, no, equal to 1, then these guys we want to equal, let's do this. Greater than 1. So I don't even think I have to reload or anything, so that's cool. If we go down here, right, no arrows. Very cool. Yeah, it was a little crazy getting to this point, but I think we're making it. Let's get some item descriptions going. I'll do that at the bottom. And there's a way that you can make it a bigger box. Something like that. Maybe if we just go at export multi-line, and we open up our items, and you can see we have these nice big boxes there that we can also expand. You can just create. And wooden sword, basic starting. Then we can update the description in the shop menu. which is probably down. I'll call this description as well. And it's right here. And so that will update on the inventory menu button focused. So anytime we are hovering over a button, we're going to update its text equals item. I want to put this up here. We always focus before we press. Let's see what that looks like. As you can see, there are many moving parts. This is not an easy task, what we're doing right now, in my opinion at least. So yeah, there's the description. Looking good. I might see again what that's our main, what the right side looks like. The info, if we don't expand on the vertical. Okay. If not button.item, then description.text equals all else. Generally accepted that you want to have the true condition at the top first, the positive one. Just see what that looks like. Really, I don't even know if I want to be able to go down to those. So you can see we need that to have a little bit of space, so that it's not resizing. I could kind of picture underneath that info panel on the right, like a shopkeeper portrait. That could be kind of cool. Maybe at the top we can update the header for one. So we have the top menu, that's fine. The header is kind of like, we're going to rename this too. Sorry, we don't want to change the header. I can just do that, but the dialogue is what we want to reference to. I think when we do that now, where's exit? That's so we free. If we close out of this, this is where we want to do this. we'll see those update, hopefully. I don't know why it's taking a while to load there. It's weird. Alrighty. See anything you like? Welcome. See anything you like? I'll buy anything at 75% market value. You can see it's a little bit too long because it's extending extending the width of the shop, which we don't want. There we go. Or what are you selling? That's cool. I don't know what that's doing. I think I know what the problem was with the pop-up. Like maybe they were, maybe it was getting paused. I'm just gonna real quick do. I want to try this again. You've seen root. Look, okay, that's fine. It's just a test right now. Ay, ay. So we're just gonna pass that down. Get child 0 item. Well, you want to pop up centered. I think we can do that. So I just want to see if that works. Or actually, the shop is going to have a broken reference to that. Let's do that for now. Yes, it's not. Focus is still not working. So we're just going to undo all of that. Okay. I don't know why it resized again. That's okay. Save that, get out of there. Let's delete that pop-up. No, that's all right. Let me just reset this. Make sure everything still works. Bad. Bad. What is that panel container? Oh. This guy. You know what we could do, actually, is what if we just put it in here? It would decrease the size here, but I think that would look better. I'm going to stop the game. So it's going to go under, it's going to go in this. Oh no, not that one. V-box, okay. Do that. Yeah. So we have I think that's fine. We kind of lose space for characters. I can work around that. We could also decrease the separation that we're using, but I think it's fine for now. I think this looks pretty nice. So we do have to update our reference to that. And you know what? I just realized we can just make these children. And then that doesn't need to be an H box anymore. I think. To like fill it to its parent. That's cleaner. This is going to be just a V box. Okay, so we have the info. Info top and shop order menu. Inventory menu is fine. Main is fine. Top menu. We aren't even referencing the info top yet, are we? I don't think. Shop order. Did I just not drag this back in yet? There. Also, this is not a panel container. It's a menu. Let's run it. We can always modify it if it doesn't work. Okay, so we want it to show by default for one. It's not hide on focus exit. Let's see what that looks like. I can see it's pushing out our UI a bit, but I think I'm okay with that. Right. since we're showing it all the time, we probably want its contents to be hidden. Get rid of that for now. Do I have to move these again? I want to take these guys. It's kind of janky. That looks better. You want to hide everything when not in use. We also want to disable input handling. Something like that. No, those are on quantity. Oh, no, they're not. We just call it clear at the beginning. And we also want to call clear when we're exiting out. Oh, it's a problem. Might be because it's hidden. Try that. No, huh. Man, it's so much to go through. What? Dude, I hate that. Why can't I just use self? Oh, this isn't even right. Dude, what? See that? Of course, it's gonna break all of these. Reference to that, and then we can just hide main. Do that first. Oh, come on. Why are there no buttons? Is that the problem? That new code we did? Yeah, it's not that code. We just broke something. Somewhere. Let me look at what it looks like before we press the button. Maybe we need another one of them. Just want to make sure this guy is expanding. Of course it's not. There, we have to do that. I don't know why it's not getting those anymore. Why can't we? It just needs to be right aligned. That's still not what I want, is it? That's okay. Yeah, I don't really know what the problem is. What the? I don't understand what we changed that would break it. Try breakpoint. Okay, so the game's still running. I really need. I need to be able to drag that window. Changing the quantity. So we're updating all of that. We're focusing. It's going through there. We get the buttons. Menu's not focused. That's fine. We're activating it. We await. So we finished awaiting. We're showing. We still haven't crashed yet. Everything looks okay there. Here. Button and get buttons. We return buttons. It's like buttons never getting set. Why are the buttons not getting set? I know why, and I'm a super duper ding dong. I'm not calling super. I do that too much. I need to find a way to automatically check for that. Oh, we don't need this breakpoint anymore. I'll turn that off. Just continue. Let's see where. So I exited out. I think it's because we did this. And the shop. Looks like that connection got busted in the shop. So we're going to reconnect that. That should turn green, and then should be good. Do, 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 do. Let's do this. That way it keeps the size. Yeah, I think I like that better. Also might want to get a little fancy. A little fancy. No, I don't want that. We want let's do an animation player. Keep it simple. Call it default. I'm gonna go to quantity. I want visibility. I want self-modulate. All I want to do is blink it. And autoplay. And we want to loop. And we want this to be discrete. See what that looks like in game. Kind of fun. Might be too much. I'll leave it in for now. So we're not updating to our inventories yet. I think that'll be for part 2 of this, whatever I'm doing here. All right, yeah, I'm going to end there. I need a break. I need breakfast. Yeah, I don't know what else. I guess if you have feedback, you can leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Yeah, hope your games are going well. Hope you're, being productive and all that, and life is good. And with that, I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.